like to call to order the November meeting of Bryan City Schools Board of Education. We could begin with a pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Rob, if you could call the roll.
Emily Ebal.
Here.
Cindra Keeler.
Here.
Tom Lingby.
Here.
Ryan Miller.
Here.
Glenn Newcomer.
Here.
Thank you.
Before you should have a copy of October minutes and November special meeting minutes. If you have any questions about those minutes. If not, I'm willing to accept the motion to approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Thank you, Tom.
Second?
Thank you, Emily.
Cindra.
Yes.
Tom.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Glenn.
Yes.
Emily.
Yes.
Thanks.
I'm not aware of any public participation at this time, so moving forward to communications. Cindra, if you could please, County report.
Sure. A lot going on, so for me, a little bit more lengthy this evening. I would like to say that the Bryan Middle School 8th graders did participate in Exploring Career Hands for the 8th graders, or ECHO. The students were guided through several of the careers of interest to the 8th graders, so that just happened recently and was a success, and we have some of our Bryan students actually on the website, a picture. I would like to congratulate junior Tyson Ogden for being selected to the 2016-17 Student Council at Fort County. Tyson is in the Ag Diesel Mechanics class, and Corey Robinson is a senior and also a member of the Student Council and is in Visual Art and Design class. Officers for the Business and Professionals of America chapter for Fort County do include a couple Bryan students. Handling the AM Public Relations will be Courtney Hartsock. She's in Software Development and Game Design. And the PM Public Relations person will be Cassidy Martin, and she's in Medical Office Technologies. So congratulations to those two Bryan students for holding those offices. Fort County Career Center just actually honored 6 graduates from the Career Center who have had success in their careers and are willing to serve as outstanding representatives of the school at the 19th Annual Wall of Fame program, which was on October 17th. I mentioned last month, because that was board night, I couldn't attend, I was here, that I would give an update. Well, the nominations in this honor are open to the public and based on areas of significant contributions to the individual's career, community, education at Fort County. We'd like to congratulate 2 Bryan graduates. Steve Slatman came to the Career Center from Bryan High School. He entered the Small Engineer Repair Program and graduated in 1984. He's currently the Transportation Manager at Quadco Rehabilitation Center in Stryker, and he lives in Bryan. And then J. Mark Holbrook came to the Career Center from Bryan High School, enrolling in the Printing Program, from which he graduated in 1982. And Mark is currently the founder and director of Acadia Alliance in West Unity, and he also lives in West Unity. And last but not least, Fort County Career Center had a 1 mil operating levy on the November 8th ballot. This is the first operating levy Fort County has asked for since 1987. This might be old news, but pretty proud of all of this, so I'm going to read this. The levy will cost the average $100,000 home $2.92 a month. Fort County serves 22 different districts and over 1,000 students and over 2,000 adult students each year. The money generated from the levy will be used for the daily operations of the school. Fort County Career Center and the board would like to say thank you to all those that voted and helped to pass this levy. So we really appreciate that. And that's my report.
Thank you, Cindra. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Okay. Treasurer's report. Rob.
Thank you. We'll begin with the review of our financial reports for the month ended October 31, 2016. At the Farmers and Merchant State Bank, our balance was $15,871,402. Outstanding checks and adjustments, $48,317. Investments at Star Ohio totaled $3,244,357. At Morgan Stanley, $18,187,284, and at State Bank, $4,022,648. Our petty cash and change funds totaled $7,500. Total funds on hand at the end of October, $41,284,874. Of those funds, our general fund balance was $13,440,000. Our permanent improvement fund balance is $2,324,000. Our capital project fund, our local share for our building project totaled $15,383,000, and our state project fund totaled $6,087,000. Once again, total funds on hand $41,284,874. Any questions on those reports? If not, we'll review the SM2 report. Our revenues year to date are about $121,693 ahead of schedule. Our expenses are $2,918 above budget. So our positive variance at this point in time at the end of October, $118,775. Any questions regarding those reports? If not, we'll move on to the amended appropriation resolution. Our appropriations at the end of October totaled $27,205,055. Changes during the month. $100,000 increase to the general fund. The junior high principal fund increased $500. Athletic department increase of $145. Various grants were increased by $23,847. Permanent improvement fund increase was $88,354. Our LFI building project fund was decreased by $27,691, and an increase to the project fund state and local share of $202,759. Student activity fund for the class of 2018 was increased $5,000, and the OHSAA tournament fund was increased $369. Total increases for October were $393,284. Any questions regarding the amended appropriations? If not, we'll move on to donations. We had several donations this month from the Disabled American Veterans, a $500 donation to the Bear Bag Program. From the VFW, a $500 donation to the Bear Bag Program. From the Bryan Kiwanis Club, a $200 donation to the Bear Bag Program. And from Veteran Services of Williams County, $150 donation to the Bear Bag Program as well. From the Claire Newcomer Club, a donation of $500 to the 6th through 8th grade guidance counselor department. Also from Claire Newcomer, a $500 donation for the Chromebook Insurance Fund. From the Academic Booster Club, a $500 donation to the Academic League team. From the Academic Booster Club, they donated an amount of $500 to the 4th and 5th grade cross-categorical special education unit. And also the Academic Booster Club, a donation of $165.50 for high school English supplies. And finally, the Bryan Music Boosters, a donation of $2,400 to the VHS band for the band trip that's upcoming over the Christmas holiday. We thank all of those very generous clubs for their donations to our school district and support. Next item, ask for your approval, agreement with Industrial Appraisal Company, the amount of $3,420 to conduct appraisal and inventory on fixed assets in our property here within the school district. This has not been done for approximately 13 years, and with the completion of our 6 to 12 building and new equipment, we're going to get them in to have that portion of it done, and then we'll ask them to come back next year after the elementary building has been remodeled and updated for a final update. Ask for your approval on a service contract addendum with Northwest Ohio ESC for the 2016-17 year. We ask for your permission to join the U.S. Communities Purchasing Cooperative. And finally, approval for PI expenditure in the amount of $91,357 for playground equipment for the pre-K to 5 building. We're going to purchase this playground equipment through our PI fund. This results in the district saving over $33,000 due to discounts and so forth we'll receive from this company. And then over to the addendum, we ask for your approval of the CDARS deposit placement agreement with State Bank and Trust Company. We have some CDs that have matured, and we're going to be investing those funds with State Bank and Trust. Any questions?
If no questions, willing to accept the motion to approve the treasurer's recommendation.
Also move.
Thank you, Sandra.
Second.
Thank you, Glenn.
Tom?
Yes.
Bryan?
Yes.
Glenn?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
Cindra?
Yes.
Thank you.
Under old business,
Under old business, Mr. Miller, we have a report for the board on the refinancing of our bonds for the construction project. Back in August, the board took action to start this process, and Stiefel, our bond underwriter out of Columbus, has finalized the project and process. On November 3rd, we refinanced just over $8 million of bonds, and the savings to our taxpayers in the school district will be $1,033,000 in debt service over the next 25, 26 years. So we're very pleased that we were able to take advantage of the lower interest rates that the market is at right now, and it amounted to some significant savings. Still we have possibilities in the future if the market comes back around and offers the chance again. So we're happy with the results of that bond refinancing.
thank you for staying on top of that, Rob, and thank you for continue to be in contact with Stiefel and with Patrick King there. They've done a nice job
They do a good job for
with us, so I appreciate that.
Thank you.
No items under new business, and pinch hitting under administrative recommendations is Chad Bassett for us tonight. So Chad, if you want to present those to us,
Sure.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. First order of business, we ask for the board to approve an independent service contract with L&R Taxi Service. This solves a transportation issue with one of our identified students. The agreement has been reviewed by our school attorney and is just in need of board action.
Any questions? If not, I'm willing to accept a motion to approve that
So
service
moved.
contract. Thank you, Tom.
Second.
Thank you, Glenn.
Ryan?
Yes.
Glenn?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
Cindra?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Thank you.
For commendations, we have quite a lengthy list of student successes to celebrate. On our 6 to 12 campus, a list of our BGSU Middle School Honors Band participants: Gabby Bonney, Jillian Drennan, Addison Oberlin, Lucas Will, Katie Davis, and Michael Ledyard. Our 6 through 8 Students of Action for Self-Control. Our Quarter 1 Bryan Middle School All-A Honor Roll. Our 9 through 12 Students of Action, again for self-control. Our National Honor Society's inductees for the 2016-17 school year. And also from the 6 to 12 bidding, our Quarter 1 Bryan High School All-A Honor Roll. For Bryan Elementary, our character trait student winners for the month, again for self-control. And our physical education gold slip winners: Oliver Weber for kindergarten, McKenna Costanzo from first grade, and Taryn Emmerich from second grade. We'll stop there for.
I move to accept the accommodations for the month.
Sorry, I was slow there. Thank you, Glenn.
I'll second.
Thank you, Cindra.
Glenn?
Yes.
Emily?
Yes.
Cindra?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Ryan?
Yes.
Thank you.
Under personnel recommendations, we do have 3 retirements this month, or resignations for the purpose of retirement. Cheryl Casebeard, grade 7-8 language arts teacher, effective June 30th, 2017. Ken Kuhn, grades 9 through 12 social studies teacher, effective June 30th, 2017. And Rhonda Samples, elementary guidance counselor, effective June 30th, 2017. And we'd like to thank them for their many years of service to the Bryan community and our students. 2 resignations: Steve Inkrot, grade 9 through 12 science teacher, effective November 11th, 2016. Mr. Inkrot has accepted a guidance counselor position at 4 County Career Center, so we wish him well there. Kathleen Ottenweiler, preschool 101 aide, effective November 11th, 2016. She is just looking for other opportunities, but is also going to remain on her sub list, so we appreciate that as we're always looking for quality substitutes. Hiring of classified personnel, Kim Hissong, 2 through 5 Central Recess 101 Dismissal Aid, 4 hours per day, 4 days per week, 0 years experience, effective 10/27/2016. A transfer of classified personnel, Amanda Siders to Washington Classroom Aid, 5.25 hours per day, effective November 14th. A change in classified personnel, Jackie Curl, bus driver, 1.5 hours per day, 5 days per week. An educational aid van driver, 2.5 hours per day, 2 days per week, effective November 17th. Mrs. Curl is assisting with transportation and supervision for some of our identified students that are an off-campus job placement site. And a mentor teacher, Rhonda Samples, our mentor for elementary guidance. You see a list there of non-renewals for our fall supplemental of non-certificated staff at the end of contract duties. Just a reminder, this is an annual action that does not reflect on their job performance, and we appreciate all of our coaches and the work they do for our students this fall. And last, some substitutes. Teacher, Colette Boothman, Emily Brown, Daniel Contreras, Matthew Knopfsinger, Molly Shea, and Joseph Stefanelli. And classified, Colette Boothman, Kathy Frank, Daniel Gray, Matthew Knopfsinger, Maria Panico, and Maddie Plauk.
Thanks, Chad. Anything else? If not, willing to accept the motion for the administrative personnel recommendations.
So moved.
Thank you, Tom.
Second.
Thank you, Emily.
Emily,
Yes.
Cindra,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Bryan,
Yes.
Glenn.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then, under points of information, no large legislative finance updates that I'm aware of.
Not much happening in Columbus at the present time. Lame duck session is starting. Have not heard any reports of anything major going on.
Okay, thank you. Next Board of Education meeting is December 19th. Our regular board meeting will be December 19th at 7 p.m. here at the Field House. There is a Business Advisory Committee meeting coming in March of 2017, so you'll continue to see that on the agenda as we move forward. LPDC Master Teacher Committee meeting looks to be March 2nd, 2017 as well, so you'll see that on the agenda going forward. Reports for administrators. Mr. Roofer, you're up first if you could. Thank you.
I don't have a whole lot for you tonight. We haven't quite got rolling into winter yet. We're right on the verge there. Boys and girls basketball, they have their foundation game against Montpelier tomorrow night. Should be a pretty good event. That's pretty much that is our first winter event we've hosted. Kind of the difference between the fall, we're getting some of the banners and stuff up. So it looks a little bit more dressed up in there. Got some banners out in the lobby outside of our office and stuff like that. So it's starting to come together. I was working on trophy cases today and getting those somewhat lined up with how we want to do things in there and kind of a rough draft of what we want to do so far. So that'll be a good way to show that off hopefully tomorrow night. I guarantee there'll probably be hiccups along the way. Just going from how it was with the first volleyball event and things like that. There'll be little things we'll find out and try to improve on as we go through the basketball season. Wrestlers, they have a preview this Saturday at Napoleon, and then they get it really rolling December 3rd at Montpelier Invite. Bowling, they were scheduled to play tonight. We had some issues with timing and things like that, so they had canceled for a night, so they'll start Monday, November 28th at Delta. And then the last group, swim and dive, they're home against Ayersville on December 6th. So right on that verge of getting things rolling, wrapping everything up from the fall and getting rolling in the winter and looking ahead to spring already. So a few other fall things for next year that we've been planning already. So just kind of in that transition period right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chad, do you have any updates with your other hat?
Sure. First of all, testing. Our third grade fall tests are complete. Just a reminder, that's our last chance at taking paper and pencil test. For our state assessments, they all moved to online after the first of the year, but we felt strongly one more time of paper and pencil for our kids would be a good thing. Just want to bring to your attention, you may have read about some in the news, our graduation points for our juniors this year, the class of 2018, remember with some new standards on graduation. And there's 3 different pathways. One of those pathways is earning 18 points on end-of-year course exams. If you've looked at it in the news, and the state is discussing this right now. Right now, they're projecting that 30% of 11th graders across the state are in trouble of not meeting those requirements. So there's some talk of bringing that number down to maybe 15 is what I'm reading is the number, where it was 18, 15, and then gradually increasing it each year until we get back to 18. So stay tuned there. We are in the process. I know Mr. Rary and Mrs. Meister at the high school have looked at those kids. They can't retest. One of the dilemmas is what test do you retest in? For instance, there's an Algebra 1 component and there's a geometry component. Well, if you want to retest in Algebra 1 to get a higher score, but you're taking geometry, how does that play in when you're a year removed from taking that class? So stay tuned on that and we'll see
Well,
what...
Chad, isn't it just a manipulation of what they're doing with the ODE? Because 30% of our students didn't get bad enough to not graduate. So it's just, I can hear the
Yes,
frustration in
ODE
your voice.
is just getting a lot of pushback on what are we going to do with 30% of our kids that aren't graduating.
They
So
didn't
they're-
all of a sudden get 30% worse.
Yes, exactly. New test, tougher test. There are a couple other pathways. You can get 12 points in an industry test, like your Ford County Career Center, or you could be remediation free, score on the ACT or SAT, which is a pretty hefty score as well. And I would venture to say if you're kind of struggling to get some of those graduation points, remediation free is going to be a struggle for you as well on those nationalized tests.
Chad, along the lines of what Emily just asked you, how is ODA responding to this? What is their explanation?
Their explanation is, it was in a conference in Columbus, was we knew these were going to be tougher standards, and we're just raising the bar, and we're going to come down and drop down a little bit, but we're not forgetting about raising the bar, so we're going to keep ratcheting it up every year. We're going to get to 18 because that's where we think it should be, but we'll help you out here in the short term.
They're not
That's
really
kind of
helping
how
us
they-
out if they're just talking about standards. How about they give us some support in helping our students to meet whatever standards they've now elevated?
I would agree.
Sorry.
I would
preaching to
agree.
the choir, I
And
know
they do
it.
not have, there was some people that asked that, how do we get there? And their answer is just
Good luck.
teach to the standards, teach to the standards. Well, I feel our teachers are
Right.
teaching to the
Right.
standards. I know our
I
teachers
know
are.
your teachers work on that and analyzing what those standards
They
are, making
do.
sure that
They
their
do.
curriculum lines up to that their grade levels are compatible and.
Yes,
and,
yep, and
reasonable.
trying to bring the standards attainable to every student. Obviously, we have students at different levels, and they work hard to try and bring those standards to life to everybody. So, it's an ongoing process. We'll keep battling.
Thanks. Thanks for your work on it.
Mrs. Scott?
Thanks, Chad.
They're just absolutely insane.
I'm going to bring it down to the elementary level a little bit. Chad touched on the third grade language arts air test. That was November 8th and 9th. We also had our test of cognitive abilities for our second grade. This is the first year that we have tested at second grade. We used to test at fourth grade, but through meetings with administration, we have decided to go to test second grade and sixth grade for our gifted students. At the beginning of November, we had many volunteers come in and assist our students with fourth grade JA. That went well. My daughter is a fourth grader and I got to hear all the fun stories from the people that came into the room. Fifth grade JA starts November 29th, and that is, this is the first year we're going to try JA in a day at fifth grade, and Huntington Bank will be coming in and teaching that. We have our picture retakes tomorrow for Washington and Portland. We have Christmas for Kids coming up November 28th through December 2nd. We hope to, and I don't know the number off the top of my head, I don't know if Mr. Rary does, but we're hoping to increase the amount of money that we raised, Bryan City Schools raised last year for Christmas for Kids. I do want to thank, we had parent-teacher conferences on November 1st, 3rd, and 8th, and we had a great turnout from our parents, so we're really appreciative of that, that they took the time and came to the schools and spoke with the teachers. We do have Gym Basketball Jones, which is a character assembly coming up on December 5th, and our Light Shines singing and dancers will be coming to Bryan Elementary on December 8th.
Thanks, Karen. Mr. Rary.
All right, good evening. Well, if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we already had Mother Nature affect a program at our our building. We're hosting what we're terming a lunch and learn. And we know there's a desire for some in the community to come in and see what's happening in our new facility and see it in action with our students. So we've had to reschedule a time due to a recent fog cancellation. Where we're going to be hosting a lunch and learn on Tuesday, December 6th. That's going to go from 11:30 to 1, where the tour and some showcases of some classrooms and what's happening in the building is going to happen from 11:30 to 12:30. And feel free to join us for lunch from 12:30 to 1 if you choose to stay, if it fits in your schedule. So please pass on the word or RSVP yourself, but we're trying to get that list, that RSVP list built back up to what it was, if not more, from the recent cancellation we had to make.
What kind of count did you have on that?
We were about 40, give or take. So we're hoping to get back to that 40 threshold, if not get it to 50 or 60. So
What day did you say it was
it's
rescheduled for?
Tuesday, December 6th. So, and then we also have a busy week when we get back from break, from Thanksgiving break. The Thursday, December 1st, all of our students in grades 9 through 12 are participating in what we call a College and Career Readiness Day. And it's basically a lot of exposure for our students, freshmen through senior year, to see the differences between going into the career fields and going into the college pathway. So we have our freshmen participating in JA in a Day in the morning hours with local business entrepreneurs, and then in the afternoon hours they're touring local businesses to learn about the employment skills necessary and opportunities that are available to them right here in our community. And our sophomores, they have that crucial decision to make their sophomore year if they're going to take the vocational pathway and attend Fort County Career Center or stay and have more of a traditional college prep pathway. So they are going to be touring Fort County Career Center and getting information from them, and then also visiting Northwest State Community College in the afternoon that same day. And our juniors are prepping for the ACT. Another state mandate this year is, as Mr. Bassett noted, a student can receive a remediation-free score as one of the pathways towards graduation. So all of our juniors are going to be taking the ACT this spring, March 21st. And as preparation for that, Defiance College offers a practice ACT session. So all of our juniors are going to go take the practice ACT, which is about a 4-hour test, and then they're also going to tour the college. And then our seniors are going to stay right here at home, and they're going to have local speakers come in and talk about the employability skills and what the expectations of them are after they graduate out and walk out into the quote-unquote real world beyond our doors. So it's a day filled of logistical organized chaos, to say the least, but it's all well worth it, and we hope the students get a huge benefit out of that with the college and career experiences that they'll be exposed to on that day. As Mrs. Cox said, we were also that same week participating in the Christmas for Kids in conjunction with 98.1 to help raise money for families in need during the holiday season. And I can't remember if Mr. Roofer mentioned this or not, but our first home boys basketball game has been moved to Thursday the 6th, I think it is, Thursday, December 6th. I hope I get that date right. 8th, okay, Thursday, December 8th. So just a change in schedule there. We do have the foundation game noted tomorrow night. That'll be the first home opener for the boys or the girls in our new gym. We're looking forward to it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Well, with no other items before the board at this time, there is no need for an executive session. Any other items for discussion? If not, willing to accept the motion for adjournment. Thank you, Emily.
I'll second.
Cindra, thank you.
Cindra,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Bryan,
Yes,
Glenn,
Yes.
Emily,
Yes.
thank you.
thank you. We're adjourned.